Hello and welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew, and today I want to take a few minutes and talk about some prediction slash hope what I see is going to happen at the Xbox show and at the Summer Games Fest. So I'm going to combine these into one, just because of the fact that there's there's select things that I want to see, and then there's stuff that is probably going to be shown, but I'm going to try to keep this as realistic as possible. So if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. I will be covering the game show, and I will be covering the Summer Games Fest next Thursday. Like, I'm taking work off to do that, so I hope you guys come and join me and watch that with me together. So first of all, first thing I want to see is Fable. I don't necessarily want to see another CGI. Well, maybe character design. I kind of want to see character design and maybe hear a little bit about that. You know, just a couple minutes though. Just a couple minutes, not too much. Contraband. Contraband is one that I am kind of starting to develop some. I'm kind of starting to develop like a desire to want to know more about it. The 70s action type deal that's kind of got me like hoping that it kind of turns out to be something like, I don't know if you ever remember this game. It was called Stuntman back on PlayStation 2. You would do like stunts and stuff. So, you know, in like the Driver series. So it's kind of got me hoping that it's something along those lines, where you can get out of your car and move around, but also even just a really cool like action thriller driving game. That would be pretty cool too. Like that does pique my interest, and I'm hoping to see something kind of like that. The next game on the list is, of course, God of War with the Summer Games Fest. I do believe that will possibly be shown at Summer Games Fest, and they will announce the date sometime in September for that game. I'm kind of really thinking that is going to be the case. Now, on this channel, I've said a lot that this is going to be something like a DLC, and I do mean that. Like, I do feel like this could have been a DLC, and it could have came a lot sooner. But I will give it to them because they've worked on this game for this version of it for so long now that I'm hoping that it's an epic experience. I just want it to feel epic, like the old God of Wars felt epic. You know, like big set pieces, really cool level design, just stuff like that I really want to be able to get sucked into God of War and like really feel like it's made for the old fans and not just made for, you know, like bragging rights. Like, oh yes, look what we can do. I do want that. Like, I'm not trying to say that I don't want to see cool things like that, because I do, but I don't know if I want to pay $70 for more tech demos, man, because that's kind of what I feel like we're getting. And I mean, if this game is built for PlayStation 4 and 5, I mean, as long as it plays like the last game, you know, I think it'll be fine. But I just want it to be more epic. I want it to conclude the story. I don't want to have to wait for a third game. I want this one to conclude the Norse, the Vikings, you know, the Norse mythology. I just want it to conclude that and move on from there. You know, maybe go to Egypt, something like that, something that we haven't seen before. I just want it to be the conclusion. That right there, if it was epic in the conclusion, I would be super happy with that, and I would 100% give my money up, no problem. So after God of War, I want a release date. I'm thinking that this is going to come Thursday. I'm thinking that they're going to reveal VR2, PlayStation VR2. They're going to reveal the price. They're going to reveal pre-orders. And then they're going to reveal a bunch of games to go with that. I think that is exactly what is going to happen on Thursday. I will not be taking that off to do that, but I will watch that after work, and then I will give my thoughts on that. I am hoping to see some proof of concept when it comes to PlayStation VR 2, I want to be blown away. I want to be blown away with that. And I believe that Sony is probably the best company out there to do that. So I am pretty excited for that. I want to see how that goes. I'm hoping that they don't screw that thing up with the price. I'm hoping that it has a reasonable price and that software is more polished and a lot nicer, because some of the stuff that I've seen on PlayStation VR, the first one, I was pretty impressed with, like Blood and Truth, stuff like that. So I'm really excited to see that. I hope that is a possibility. I hope we do get to learn more about PlayStation VR 2. And I hope that it is, I hope that it has that wow factor, because whether you're a PlayStation fan or whether you're an Xbox fan or a Nintendo fan, I just want the magic to come back for everybody. Like I said in a video a little while ago, YouTube and gaming is starting to become toxic. I want it to become less toxic. So I want to be able to be happy about what's coming to PlayStation and Xbox and be able to share that with people and not have to read the snobby comments all the time. I think that would just make this a better channel and a better place to come and hang out and talk about games. So next up on my list, Forza Motorsport. I want to see that game, and I want to see a release date, and I want it to be soon. I would be super happy if they showed that and dropped that in June or July, or if August, just soon. I want to play that soon. I want to be able to do some comparison videos with Gran Turismo. I want to make some really good content with that. I really do. I want to make some good comparison videos. I want to talk about the strengths and weaknesses of both games. I want to show the world. I want Microsoft to show the world that yes, they came to compete, and competing is what they're going to do. I do feel like this is going to be a big show for Microsoft. I do feel like this one here is going to be I know we've said it a lot of times, a make or break. They've definitely revealed enough to be like, yeah, dude, I'm excited about the future of Xbox. There's games that they're working on, they're talking about, there's names for these games, these projects have names. Now I want to see, like, are they going to push the freaking boundaries with these games, with AI cloud and technology and stuff, or are they going to slapstick some more games from last gen and call them next gen games? Like PlayStation's been doing it, Xbox has been doing it. Are they going to deliver something new and exciting that's really going to push gaming forward, or are we just going to stick with the same true tired model of Halo, Gears, and Forza, God of War, Uncharted, and Ratchet and Clank? Like, I'm ready for something new. I'm ready for something new and more not realistic, but more immersive. I'm ready for something a little bit more immersive when it comes to that type of a game. I don't care if they're sequels to those games. I just want something more immersive. I want better AI. I want better world design. I want better, you know what I want. I just want everything that everybody wants. They get us pretty hyped with revealing these consoles and telling us, oh, think about the possibilities. Well, now I'm thinking about the possibilities, and that's what I want to see is, what are they going to do, man? I'm seeing the same stuff we've been seeing for the last freaking 8 years. I want to see something new. It's been 2 years, and I've spent a lot of money. You've spent a lot of money. We've all spent a lot of money. It's time for us to get something new that's going to blow our freaking socks off. The next game after Forza Motorsport, I would really like to see PlayStation announce a couple of games at the Summer Game Fest. I would really like to see them announce something like a SOCOM remake. Or bring SOCOM back, even if they do it as a live service, a games as service, even if they do it as a games as service and they bring back, like a multiplayer aspect to it. I just want to see SOCOM come back. I want SOCOM to come back. That's one of my all-time favorite PlayStation first-party games. I really love SOCOM, and I really hope that they can find a team to bring that back to life, even if they just remade like the first 3 games. If they remade those and put those in a trilogy and sold that as a bundle, that would be freaking awesome. I'm pretty sure we're going to see something from The Last of Us 2, maybe even The Last of Us remake. I think that we will possibly see that either this Thursday or the Summer Game Fest. I mean, because we're definitely not going to see that at the Xbox show. So it's going to be one of those two. I think that we'll possibly see that Last of Us project, whatever Naughty Dog's been working on. I'm pretty sure we're going to see that. Avowed. I do want to see more Avowed. Avowed is another game that I have been thinking about, and I want to see more of that world and more of that design. I want to see what kind of I want to see if they're going for like the Fortnite type visuals or if they're going for something a little bit more realistic. Realistic would definitely get me really excited. Fortnite visuals, I don't know if I'm going to be super excited about that. I would probably play it. I'd probably just download that on Game Pass, but I want to see something a little bit more realistic. I'm not saying like super movie type, but at least realistic visuals enough to the point where it's like, wow, this game looks freaking pretty good. Like this holds up nice. Because I want the game to look good on my 4K TV, but I also want it to be able to run at a 60 frames per second. That's probably more important to me than like super over the top visuals. I would much rather have the performance than the super over the top, like high fidelity 30 frames per second visuals. Like I do like that. I mean, if they want to put a mode for you can choose or whatever, I'm starting to get used to that. I was I'm starting to get used to that, so I guess it's all right. It just depends on how the 30 frames per second mode works on that. So the next game that I am excited to see is Starfield. Now I don't want to see a lot of it, but I want to see some gameplay. I want to see maybe walking around an area. I want to see maybe inside of a ship. I want to see maybe creatures, alien creatures. I want to see maybe. I personally want to see walking animations for the protagonist. I want to see. I want to see like character design. That's some stuff I want to see. I do want to see environmental detail. I definitely want to see what the detail in the environment's going to look like. And that personally would be enough for me. Just enough to see like something like that and then get the new date for it, of course. Same goes for Redfall. I want to see proof of concept. I want to see exactly what this game is going to be. I want to know what kind of game this is going to be. If it's going to be a looter shooter, if it's going to be an open world co-op, PvE, PvPvE. I would like to know if that's the type of game that this is going to be, and I think that something like that would be pretty cool. I don't necessarily know if I'm like really into like the whole looter shooter type thing for that, but it might work. That might be pretty cool. So I'm not going to say no until I've seen what the game looks like. I do have faith that it's going to be pretty cool. So I'm definitely all on board for that, and I want to see some proof of concept for Bloodfall. Next up, I want to see some stuff from Ubisoft. I want to see. I don't know if Ubisoft is going to do like their own thing, or if they're going to. They usually do drop something in the Xbox Game Show. Sometimes at Summer Game Fest. So I want to see some stuff. I don't want to see any more mobile games. I don't want to see any more. Unless they got a release date for something like Defiant or some of these other games, like the Ghost Recon one, if they have, or Frontlines or whatever, if they're actually ready, pretty close to launch, cool. Show us these games. Go ahead and launch them. Let's see how the community handles them. I'll play them. I'll definitely give you my feedback on them. So I'm not as upset about it now. I mean, I'm kind of seeing. Ubisoft, Ubisoft has usually made some of my favorite games. I'm a pretty big Ubisoft fanboy, so when it comes to being able to look at and see what they have coming, I want to know. I want to see. I want to try it. I want to give them the benefit of the doubt to see if this is something that maybe it's time for me to move on to. You know what I mean? Like maybe it's something. Maybe they are. Maybe they do have something. Like I want to give them a fair chance because they've given me plenty of time, plenty of entertainment over the years. So I'm definitely willing to check out and see what they have. Square Enix. Square Enix. I want them to show us Final Fantasy 16. I want to see Final Fantasy 16, and I want to see that I want to see a release date. If it's coming this year, cool. If it's coming next year, whatever. I just want to see that. I want to know more about Final Fantasy 16. That is one that I am really actively interested in. I like the medieval setting for that. So that is something that I will be actively looking forward to and wanting to know more about. Bandai Namco. Bandai Namco, I hope they show us something. I hope they have something, in the works. I don't know if they'll have another Tales game or something like that, but I would like to see what other projects they have. They've delivered two bangers for me. I really like the two games that they've put out. Scarlet Nexus and Tales of Arise, two of my favorite freaking JRPGs in a while. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what more they have up their sleeves when it comes to those types of JRPGs. Don't really necessarily, I mean, like I know they do like the One Piece and all of that stuff. So those are cool too. But I'm more interested in stuff like Tales of Arise and Scarlet Nexus than I am any of the other games. So I would like to see them bring something. Capcom, I really want to see Resident Evil 4 remake. I'm really hoping that is going to be there at the show. I really hope that we're going to get more information on the next gen upgrades for 2, 3, and 7. I'm really looking forward to those. Those are supposed to be free upgrades, so I am definitely welcome to that, and I will be playing those and giving my opinion on how those turn out, and I'm really excited for those. I'm really excited for those. But yes, I definitely want to see Resident Evil 4 remake and maybe like the DLC for Resident Evil Village. I would really like to see that, and I'm hoping that they reveal a new product or another new. Well, I don't know if they need to reveal another new one, but they should at least give us some information on the. What was it, like Extinction something or something? That game, the dinosaur game that they. I would like to see that. That kind of reminds me of something like World War Z. So I would like to see that, see what's going on with that. Maybe get some more information on that one because I'm still kind of on the fence about that one. But I would definitely like to see more. Let's see, who else? Who else do I want to see there? Who else would make me happy? Maybe some Devolver Digital. Maybe some something from Saber Interactive or even Embracer Group. That would be kind of cool. I like to see what those guys are doing. They usually have some pretty interesting games that I like to see. I definitely want to see what Activision with Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. I'm really looking forward to seeing that and seeing what they've got coming with that game. I'm really excited to see what they've got coming. So, 2K Interactive, I don't know how I feel about 2K Interactive right now. I mean, they completely freaking blocked the live stream I just did with WWE 2K22. So I'm kind of like, if they show me something cool, maybe I'll care, but maybe I won't. Bloober Team might be showing a Silent Hill project. They are in the partner lineup for Summer Games Fest, so I'm really hoping to see something exciting from those guys. If they've really got a proof of concept for Silent Hill already, or even if they're doing like a DLC for the medium, that would be kind of cool too. I wouldn't mind checking that out. I would be more interested in what they're doing with Silent Hill, though, to be completely honest with you. That I would really like to see. It looks like EA is going to be at the Summer Games Fest as well, so I would really like to see what they're going to do with Need for Speed. If it's just a slap together project, something that they quickly put together, or if they're actually taking time and building out a real Need for Speed experience this time. I would really like to see them really take Need for Speed to the next level. In visuals and performance and just longevity. I want the next Need for Speed game to last a little while. I want to be able to play that like I can play Forza Horizon 5. I want EA to bring Need for Speed back and make Need for Speed good again. Make Need for Speed a sought after game, man. There's so many I have so many memories of Need for Speed growing up that I want to see that become a great title again, where EA used to be able to. I mean, they used to be able to drop these games every freaking year, and they were pretty good. But now if they're taking 2-3 years before each game, like, I want them to be like polished. I want them to be great, and I want them to last till the next game's ready to come out. Like, I want to be able, like, honestly, this is what I want. When I play these open world games that take a while for them to build and put out, I want to be able to, like, go through the store, and maybe buy a microtransaction or something, to keep the live service going if it's a good game and I want to play it. I don't have a problem spending a little bit more money on that. I don't have a problem with paying for stuff that I want. Like, if there's a skin or something in there, or a car pack or something that I want to have, that's got a car I want to play. Heck yeah, man! Like I want to be able to have solid experiences that are going to be that are going to be worth spending the extra money on. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to just get a game and be like, oh yeah, well, this game's got like suits and here's all the content we should have just put in the game, for you to buy on the side. Like, I don't want to see that kind of stuff. I don't want to see that kind of stuff. I want to see a solid game that's intriguing, that's interesting, that's immersive. That I'm like, yeah, dude, I would definitely buy that cool skin because it looks cool. You know what I mean? Like, I want that. I want that enjoyment back out of games. Sega is supposed to be at the Summer Games Fest. I want to see some more of that Sonic Frontiers. Like, I saw a little clip of that today, and I'm like, I'm pretty hyped for that. Like, I like open world games. Sonic is freaking awesome, so I definitely want to see and know more about that game. Like I do. I really do. So those are the most important ones that I want to see from the Summer Game Fest. Now back at Microsoft, I want to see a new project from the Coalition. I want to see if they're either working on Gear 6 or if they're working on some other type of third-person over-the-shoulder camera shooter game. Like, I want to see that. Like, I would love to see a new IP built from the ground up for a next-gen console from the Coalition. I know they've got... I know they can do it, and I want it to be cool. I want it to be a cool game, just something, just something really edgy, like... Man, even if it's a cover shooter, like, I don't care, man. I just want a good-looking, edgy cover shooter game that's got a pretty decent story that I can, run through, and it's kind of like epic. I don't really necessarily care if it's open world. I'm perfectly okay with it being like a I don't know what I want. I want like a high octane, like, third person over the, like, just a high octane, really edgy sci-fi fantasy freaking shooter type, maybe even like, I don't know, I don't care if it's cyberpunk, more like military type shooter stuff. I just want something epic. I just want an epic game that looks good, that's fun to play at 60 frames a second. And I know that they could do that. I know that they could just put something together, even if it's Brute Force 2. Yeah, baby. Bring back Brute Force 2, man. That would be awesome. Gosh, some more stuff I would love to see. I would like to see some more something from, I don't know if the initiative's even ready to even show us what they've got going, but I mean, they've had Crystal Dynamics working with them for a while. Maybe they do have something they can show us. That would be kind of cool to see what Perfect Dark is going to look like and feel like. That would be pretty awesome. Like Wolfenstein 3 from Bethesda, maybe that's ready to go. I would definitely love to see another BJ Blazkowicz adventure. Those are great. I love playing those. They're freaking pretty awesome. Just something like that. I mean, maybe bring out the next big update for, Forza Horizon 5. That would be freaking pretty awesome to get a new map and some more content for that game. I just want to see some stuff that's going to take advantage of the Series X. I want that. I think it's time. Like, I want to see the proof of concept. We've seen the cross-gen games. I want to see something built from the ground up for the Xbox Series X. At least using, the technology and stuff that's built into the Series X. I want to see how that's gonna fare, and I want to see how that's gonna grow over the console generation. And I'm really hoping that PlayStation brings something this year too, that that's not. I mean, like, I love Ratchet and Clank. Don't get me wrong. I love the game. I thought it was a little bit short, but it was pretty good. It was a pretty good experience. I really loved, Rivet. I thought she was great. You just get so caught up in the moment, like with everything that's going on, and I just want gaming to be exciting again. I do. I want it to be exciting. I want to be excited for the things that are coming out, and I want PlayStation to bring their A game. I do. I want to see their A game, and I want to see Xbox's A game. I want to see Nintendo bring some stuff to the. I mean, they're not going to bring anything to any of them, so I just want to see Nintendo bring some, some magic when it comes to Breath of the Wild too. I really want to see that. I would really love to see my hopes for these are like my hopes that hopefully would happen. I want a new Castlevania game. Made by From Software. Like, please just do it. I want a new Castlevania game. I don't really care who makes it. I just want a new Castlevania game. I want something from the Castlevania universe. I really love Castlevania. I want to see something. I want to see something more for Assassin's Creed. It doesn't matter what the thing is. I want to see maybe some proof of concept for Splinter Cell. There's so many things that I want to see. There's so many things I want to be excited for, and there's so many things that I don't even know that could be that I want to see, that I'm excited to see. I want to see some Dead Space 3 content from EA. I want to see some Callisto Project, man. I want to see these games. I want to see them in action. I just want to be hyped. I want to be hyped. I don't necessarily care if I have to wait a while. I just want to be hyped. So I'm gonna leave you with that. I'm gonna go ahead and go. Like this is my prediction list. So I will see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will be live streaming both shows with you on those dates. So I will see you in the next one, and you guys have a good night. Thanks.